Hey everyone, welcome back and happy Tuesday. All right, guys. Well, welcome back. Happy Tuesday, which means we get a new episode of The Valley. So, hey, we got stuff to look forward to. With that, guys, we're not back to talk about The Valley right now. We're back to sort of dive deeper into what this documentary was saying about Teresa Giudice, really kind of exposing things that I guess if we had access, which we probably did, I think I'm gonna have to take the fault on this and say that I never thought to look into it. But what the case was against Teresa, why she went to prison, what she is being accused of lying for, and the fact that it's IRS professionals who are coming forward and talking about this, and that they have such an eye on her, considering what she's currently dealing with financially, it just makes me nervous for her. But hold on, we're gonna dive into it. Smash the like button if you guys are not subscribed. Get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell, and let's jump right in. All right, guys. So where I kind of wanted to go with this, which you know, it's it's crazy, but I'm interested. Um, Teresa Giudice's financial activities. So from what the IRS agent said, the director of the IRS field operations, that her financial activities came under scrutiny after one or another IRS agent observed her spending $120,000 in cash on furniture during an episode of The Real Housewives in New Jersey. So this observation prompted a deeper investigation into her finances, which, she has come forward in the past and said, that wasn't even real. They just wanted to make it look like I was spending the money. They asked me to do that. I wasn't actually paying for it with cash. Like it looked like a lot of money, but there was really just a lot of ones in there. She has come back and addressed having all of this cash and the way that she was spending. She, just to be fair, I'm going to put that out there. But Jonathan Larson, who is the director of the IRS field operations, said in 2012, one of the case agents of the IRS criminal investigation happened to be watching The Real Housewives in New Jersey. And it shows a significant amount of cash. So we started to peel back layers. The investigation actually revealed that Teresa had submitted fabricated pay stubs for a non existent job and claimed to be earning $15,000 a month as a realtor, which was untrue. Now, additionally, both Teresa and her then husband, Joe Giudice, had not filed tax returns for at least 8 years from 2000 to 2008 and underreported their income during a Chapter 7 bankruptcy filing after the first season of The Real Housewives in New Jersey. So, with all of that, I think it's safe to say that these findings from the IRS led to Teresa and Joe to plead guilty to multiple counts of fraud in 2014. And that's why she ended up serving 15 months and Joe served 41 months. But like, you didn't pay taxes from 2000 to 2008. Now you're back behind, and who did I talk to about this? Oh, she probably wouldn't want me to mention her name, actually. I like how I'm just thinking out loud. I talked to another housewife about this, asking what her thoughts were. And she was like, sometimes when you're really, really, like successful and wealthy, that you kind of find yourself in, like binds having to pay the IRS because you owe a lot more money. So you kind of have to maneuver things in order to figure that out. And I was like, yeah, but like, wouldn't you just think that you would pay your fucking taxes especially if you're buying people Chanel and you're going and taking trips to Greece and you're going on spring break vacations and you're traveling the world, wouldn't you think that you would just pay your shit? That's the part that I didn't understand. So I get what this former housewife was saying. But like also if I served 15 months in jail, I don't think that there's like not a chance in hell that I would let this situation even repeat itself. I think history repeats itself. I think these situations repeat themselves. And it wouldn't be a thing. I wouldn't allow it to happen. I'm curious. I don't know. Anyways, moving on, guys. I feel like I could sit there and pick at this all day. There was an Andy Cohen moment that I wanted to share before I get into a Nene Leakes moment. So, Teresa, we'll leave you alone for right now, but I still have questions. Even though she would be like, I don't give a shit if you have questions. I don't owe you any answers, which is true. But we're still going to dive into it. Here we go.
And it's, I mean, with all of the discourse about Paige and Craig, it is really interesting now to see Paige's POV. And Craig was like, I was blindsided. And when you watch Paige all summer long, she's like, hey, I'm not, she's anxious.
But and she's saying they've had talks.
Yeah, exactly.
And so it's not only what's in her mind. Like, it does seem like there's been discourse.
Well, there's a teaser for next week, and it's like, and he's like, well, if you're going to be this busy, I don't think this can happen. And it's like, you can see the look on her face. It's like, girl, like, what, you want me to retire?
Right. And it's, I mean, with all of the discourse about Paige and
I think it's kind of interesting now too, because with this, and I can't wait. I am enjoying Summer House. I just fall off like when it comes to a couple episodes at a time, but then I like listen. They go to the Hamptons, they hang out for the weekend, they go home. Hamptons, hang out, go home. It's the same shit. But following this specific story with Paige and Craig, I think it is interesting because I really think that Paige was villainized. And at first I even thought, oh, she cheated on him. Oh my God, poor Craig. But then you see this like man-child Peter Pan, like I call it bitch assness behavior, where he likes to throw a tantrum and it's like, I can't believe this. But then I see where also people are on the other side are like, well, Paige is such an asshole because look at how Paige talks to him. And I'm like, I think we're all going to have to agree to disagree on this. I think that we all have multiple different opinions. And I think that people are also getting annoyed with it at this point. But yeah, it's like you feel like, you know, you got the outcome before you read the book, and then you read the book and you figure out how you got to the outcome. And now I feel like somebody's like piecing together this story for us. And of course, I just want to know more. That's all. But then, speaking of piecing together a story, thank you to the Ricky Smiley morning show for this.
I feel like the show will survive without her.
I feel like without having Kenya, it's going to be interesting. I would like to really see where this goes because Kenya is a fire starter, and that is part of the entertainment that the viewers love, that Kenya is a fire starter. And to not have her there to start any fires, now I'm starting to think this is why they went and got Phaedra. They wanted Phaedra to try to come on and help save. That's what it feels like.
I would agree. I feel like some of the storylines are a little dry. Yeah. I don't really want to keep seeing, you know, Drew and Dennis and Portia. Yeah. You know, Shamia and Portia. That's just been a thing.
What do you think about Shamia? Oh my God, her lifestyle is everything.
I love seeing Shamia's family and that, you know, she was kind of sitting on this and, you know, she's not really boastful. So it was a surprise to me, and I just love seeing Black excellence. So to see her large home and just her family dynamic, her beautiful daughter, I love it. You know?
Yeah, I do too. I do. Do you think she makes a great housewife?
She does. Do you feel like the show will survive without her?
I feel like
Nene is so funny. All right, guys, I want to hear what your thoughts are. Pop off in the comment section. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell, and we'll see you next time. Love you guys. Bye.